Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video, the F1 22 Driver Career with AlphaTauri, episode number 28 today for the Monaco Grand Prix of Season 2, round number 6. If you missed the previous episode uploaded on Wednesday, at Spain, I recommend you go and check that out, and of course subscribing to the channel to see plenty more F1 22 Driver Career videos. But yes, R&D wise, looking at front and rear downforce, as I said in Wednesday's episode, not really wanting to rush it, to be honest. I just want to get these on the car with the major ones. They're a little bit too expensive to risk. Like the minor ones, I'm willing to risk, but you know, the thing is that the HQs aren't being updated on that far, and there's no new parts between Spain and Monaco. Mercedes, though, have brought a new car. They're looking to challenge Alpine as well, and Ferrari. Red Bull still have a little bit of advantage. Aston Martin starting to improve there from their previous form, and Alfa Romeo have just flatlined as well, which is sad for them because they started out the 5th fastest team, but their lineup, I'm not going to lie, Schwartzman and Zhou, it's not the best lineup on the grid, and it's definitely not a lineup that is a prominent lineup that's able to score points on them, because they haven't scored any so far in the opening 5 rounds. For us, well, fastest lap, not at the end of the session. In actual fact, this lap was my fastest, but we got blocked there by a Haas. I think that was Magnussen on his out lap, because Schumacher's already set a time. We made a little bit of time under up at Casino, and then we go down to the hairpin there, the Grand Hotel, down here in that out to Portier, losing a bit of time, and then gaining it back on the exit there to now go through into the tunnel, losing time on the entry to the tunnel as well. So there was definitely time to find in this lap. It's just I didn't find it. Well, you'll see what's happened. You'll see what happened in the next part of the lap. The tyre wear is a little bit hard because this is of course the second lap on these set of tyres as well. Got just about enough to ERS with that upgrade to come through Rascasse. They're always understeery, has been for a couple of games now, and up to the line, and it's, what's it going to be? Can we get in the 1 minute 11? So 1 minute 11.9. Now basically what I tried to do was to slow everyone down, so some people missed the line, but Sonoda had a great run, and there's actually a bit of contact. You can see here we just lose so much time through turn 1. That's not recoverable for me because I don't have very good pace around Monaco. You can see as we come to the end of the lap, we're actually at half a tenth down, and it's going to be last place as well. Just to rub salt into the wounds, it's last place for Monaco Grand Prix. We've done so well in qualifying, and I'm actually really considering whether or not Monaco should be on the Season 3 calendar. Let me know what you think about that, and what other races you want to see for Season 3 calendar in the comments below. Sadly we can't have Portugal, because that would be really nice, because I'm always very strong around there. I mean, to be fair, we're only 6/10 off Gasly, but that's enough to put us last with how close the grid is as well. And because of this, we're going to take a fresh engine part, so we'll see what we can do from Narnia place on the grid. Time for the race.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863, and of course a certain road race first held in 1929. There is no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than a few inches away from the race-ending barriers. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Hamilton, Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Vettel, Perez and Kevin Magnussen, Gasly, Bottas, Alex Albon and Stroll, Latifi, Schwartzman, Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher, Joe and Phoenix. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Says Mark. I don't know if we can or not. We are in last place, but we do have a fresh engine, but that doesn't really account for anything. We're going to try the alternate strategy for a change, and do medium to softs, just to see what it's like, and to see if we can actually gain some position. So 5 foot lights then to the Monaco Grand Prix, and lights out and away we go. And it's a great start for Zhou Guanyu. Disappointing start for Schumacher. Going to dive it down. Oh, how many cars there! Bit of corner cutting there. We've got a legal overtake on Valtteri Bottas in the Aston Martin, who we're going to let through. Not seen very little of Bottas apart from where was he? Imola as well. We're going to dive down the inside of him and Gasly actually. So it's the double dive bomb. As well, I thought about going down the inside of Perez, but I decided to leave it on Perez. But in hindsight, well, I'll show you later actually why we should have looked at the hotel hairpin there as well. Nice replay though, nice double dive bomb. You can see there, Perez not getting away from us, and through into the the oval chicane. And they're up to the back, and he brake checks me through that corner, so thank you. And surely he has front wing damage, which I think he does. So we're going to stive it down the inside with the tightest of gaps that Perez left at Rascasse, and indeed Perez goes through as well. But here's a replay. I mean, it's very, very rare to make the Rascasse dive bomb on these new games because they cover it off, but it was that very, very close to race-ending contact there as well. Meanwhile, up at the front, George Russell leads the race, start on pole. As I said, in Spain, Mercedes look good through the corners, very bad on the straights. It's the likes of Verstappen as well. Leclerc not having a great race. We've got Gasly all over the back of us. Watch that fence if you're racing there for the first time. As we go up the hill, again blocking Gasly. This is Monaco, the worst track for overtaking on the entire calendar. Jump to lap 5. We've actually dropped Gasly. No damage for Gasly from me as well, but I don't know whether or not it's the setup. We jump to lap 10 because a lot is happening. This is Monaco, the place where and if you pit first, of course, there's a chance you get stuck by a slower car, and that's exactly what's happened to George Russell because he's stuck behind me. Now, I'm not actually letting him pass. Verstappen, unfortunately though, has gone past, but he's on hard tyres. But this is Monaco, so that doesn't really there. I could have let Russell pass at that point, but we are technically in a constructors fight with Mercedes. So the less points he technically scores. Yes, I know we're not in a constructors fight this race. As well as a 2.4 second stop, the soft tyres are on. Perez has gone through, so we're out the points. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Perez, and not just Perez, Bottas and Schwartzman. To be fair, we haven't seen Schwartzman this entire career mode, so nice to see the Alfa Romeo driver is actually beating Zhou Guanyu, his more experienced teammate, as well. Dive down inside the Russian and move up to P12 as well. Next up will be the untrickiest Valtteri Bottas. Meanwhile, Gasly, by the way, you saw that slightest of contact, that's enough for him to make a second stop, as we're now looking to side up a move on Bottas up the chicane. He does it! And he's made contact. You know, this is a legit move. He gives us space. You know, we're going through, and then he just decides to not yield the position. Very aggressive move there from Bottas to not yield the position, but that's the aggressive nature of the AI. I'm just taking the racing line. I think that I've gone through at that particular time, and Schwartzman has been stuck behind Bottas. Somehow, of a miracle, no safety car for Bottas, so I can't remember the last time we had a safety car. So at the front then, it's still Verstappen from Russell, then Sainz, and then it's Norris, Ricciardo, Perez and Hamilton, and then Leclerc all the way down in P7. Magnussen is P8, so Haas are going to get some more points. Yeah, we had damage, so there's not a lot we could have done. Fortunately, Bottas ghosting, Schwartzman just stuck, so the final couple of laps were just limping home, really. Schwartzman took a second out of me, really, in those final couple of laps, so even in a car that's worse than mine, he was actually setting faster laps, just showing a little bit of floor damage there from the contact with Bottas. But yeah, first time not got points on this season as well. Our pace, to be fair, maybe in hindsight we should have just done soft to medium, but would that have got us in front of Perez? I don't know. Gasly a 12.4, but that was on fresh softs at the end. But you know, that's, you know, we were both on fresh softs at the end, and you know, he was a lot faster than me. So yeah, let me know what you think about the calendar. In the drivers, Leclerc, his gap's been close, 12 points from Verstappen, but Alpine though don't have that second driver, so we're only fourth. McLaren move up to second, quite some way behind, but we're now behind Mercedes because they had a great day at the office, second and sixth. Russell, you know, first podium, he'd be annoyed not to get that first win of the season. Obviously, I think he did win a couple of races in season 1, but yeah, he has been overall the better of the two Mercedes drivers. Yes, of course, Hamilton had that 4th place and the 6th place, a couple of 6th places, but Hamilton hasn't been, you know, 5th place for Russell at Australia, and with Mercedes upgrades, able to get on the podium at Monaco, which was a track that, unlike previous years where, you know, they prefer straight line speed, now this car is sort of suiting their real life characteristics, where they're slow in a straight line, fast through the corners. So yes, next up is Azerbaijan. As I said, at Spain, we're looking to get double points there, and I think we can beat both Mercedes there. That's the target for Azerbaijan. That episode will be coming out next week, so I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel if you see plenty more F1 22 Drive Camera videos as when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye. Cheers.